We have got a special treat today. No pun intended. Darba, hi.
Hi.
The mastermind and the owner behind Peppy Pets. What are you doing right now?
I'm rolling the dough, preparing to make a batch of treats.
Ooh, and look at that.
Okay, so tell me what is in the dough that you're rolling out right now.
So I use whole wheat flour, I use whole grain rolled oats, I've got peanut butter, nutritional yeast, flax, no artificial preservatives. And other than the CBD, the other magic ingredient is bacon grease, so that we can be sure that they love them.
Yeah.
Okay, so you put CBD into the treat. So what are the benefits of that for the animals that are consuming them?
So CBD works great for anxiety.
Okay.
Also pain, inflammation, so many things. Skin conditions, obsessive licking, scratching, and if they have a poor appetite, it helps with that. It can help them get a good night's sleep, though it doesn't make them drowsy.
That's interesting because that's something that I would think that it would make them drowsy. Like they'd be like, oh, kind of like it's all out, but that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how does the CBD work then?
So CBD will work on any animal with a spine because they all have something called an endocannabinoid system.
Mm-hmm.
And how it works is there's certain receptors within the endocannabinoid system, and it works with the body, the immune system, and the cannabinoid, which is the CBD, fits into these receptors perfectly, like a lock and a key.
Oh.
So once this, key is turned, it activates these receptors, which is why it's so beneficial for all these different ailments.
Yeah.
And dogs have way more receptors than humans do, which is why it's so effective in dogs.
That is so interesting.
What is one of the best testimonials you've received?
Well, I've got lots for all sorts of ailments, but the most common one is for anxiety. And there was one dog who was scared of everything, scared of people, would not leave her owner's side. And after taking the CBD, she sent me a video of the dog running off into the bushes all by himself, and she was just amazed by this. It just completely calmed him down.
That's such a dream.
Okay, so here's a question for you. So I'm going on a road trip to Vancouver on Saturday. So Larry is the dog that I'm bringing with me. He's got a little bit of anxiety. So how long before we go on the road trip should I wait to give him that treat?
So it could take anywhere between half an hour to kick in. So give it to him about an hour beforehand.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it should cure his anxiety at least a little bit?
It should definitely help.
Okay.
If you had a dog who was arthritic or something, you could notice it immediately, or it could take 2 weeks or more.
Okay. Well, I'm going to test it out and I'll report back. Okay, so with like all of the knowledge and stuff that you have, how long did it take for you to learn everything and want to start the company?
Well, I started making regular dog treats when we first got our dog about 7 years ago. And then I started giving them to the neighborhood dogs and they all loved them. Then I was tweaking the ingredients a little bit. And then I was taking CBD for inflammation.
Okay.
And someone told me, well, dogs can take it too. So I thought, well, I'll incorporate the two, and started giving it to my dog because she has a bad leg, she has arthritis. So we noticed that we were able to take her off her meloxicam, which is an anti-inflammatory, because I could have her on that or the CBD, and it seemed to have the same effect.
Wow.
So that was cool.
Yeah.
But the neatest thing with her, she has a cyst on her tail, which we had to get drained every 2 months, and it was always annoying her. She was always licking it, and I hadn't really paid attention in months and months and months because it wasn't bothering her. So I took her for her yearly vet visit, and the cyst had shrunk. And she said, we don't need to drain it. And they were talking about getting her tail cut off because we were having to drain it so much, and it just was a temporary solution. So it doesn't look like we have to do that now.
All thanks.
That is an amazing.
So yeah, so then once I incorporated the CBD into the treats, I thought I better make a business out of this. And I started selling them to the neighborhood dogs, and the feedback I was getting was amazing. You know, one of the first dogs I had was really old and arthritic, and I was told now he's running around like a pup and jumping up on the bed, whereas he couldn't before.
That's so awesome. And that's the way the cookie crumbles.